ASAP Scoop. What's up, fam? What y'all doing, man? I know. I wanted to come to y'all before I start the video. Please, if y'all could do me a big favor, hit the like button, the bell button, post notifications, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to subscribe, you know what I'm saying? But please hit the like button and post notifications so you can stay updated on when I drop videos, you know what I'm saying? My Instagram or Facebook should be somewhere above my head, like over in this direction or something like that. Should pop on the screen, like, anytime now. So, hit that and do that for me. Share this motherfucking video, too. Let somebody that's interested in trucking get some trucking knowledge. Hey, what's going on? Hey, how y'all doing? You know who this is. You know who this is. Come on, man. Y'all know who I am. Just say it. ASAP. Scoop, baby. Scoop. How y'all doing? I'm wonderful. So I'm back with another video, show you the room. Like I told you, roommate gone. When home, I don't know what's the deal. Trying to see what's going on, Told y'all I was gonna come back with another video for like pre-trip to help y'all out. Pre-trip, it's easy once you get the fundamentals down. The fundamentals are not that hard. People make it hard and they try to memorize it and you try to force it into you. It's not gonna work that way. So with the pre-trip, you study. I say give it like 30 minutes, study for 30 minutes, and then take a break. You're only going to retain 30 minutes of information. So trying to study for like 2 hours, you're not going to remember all of it. 30 minutes, take a break, go do something, then come back, study another 30, take another break. Repetition is the mother of all learning. So if you continuously trying to read something, like I said, you're only going to retain 30 minutes of what you just learned. So study for 30 minutes, come back, take a break. Also, the things that you want to remember to say, if it's metal, if it's light, if it's like the lights or metal, everything that you want to start your sentence off with this pre-trip, it's not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. So if it's rubber or hoses or anything like that, well, even, because you got shock absorbers. So anything that can leak, you want to make sure that you said is not leaking. So the first thing you're going to say is not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no abrasions, bubbles, cuts, dry rot, or frays. It's a lot. It's not cut. There's no abrasions. There's no bubbles. Or there's no frays. You can leave dry rot out of it if you want to. I'd say dry rot because make sure that you don't cover everything. You want to say everything so that you can get points for everything. Like I told you, I got an 85 out of 67. So, you know what I'm saying? Say it. However you want to say it. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing you want to make sure that you say is not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no abrasions. There's no bubbles. It's not cut or frayed. You can either say dry rot in there if you want to. You don't have to. So, first thing you'll do, like always, once you get to your truck and they start the examination, they're going to okay, whenever you're ready, go ahead and get started. So you're going to walk up to your truck. You're going to look at it. Now, the first thing you're going to point out is your clearance lights. First thing you should notice, your clearance light. Then after that, you want your marker, signal, four-way flashers, and reflectors. I put in my high beam and my low beams because they're all in that same area. So that's how pretty much what I do. I walk up and be like, well, my clearance light, my marker signal, four-way flashers, my reflectors, my high beam, and my low beams are properly mounted and secure. Add that too. Make sure you add properly mounted and secure, along with it's not cracked, bent, or broken. Properly mounted and secure. My bad for not adding that in the beginning, but make sure that you say that too. Properly mounted and secure. Everything has to be properly mounted and secure. So you'll walk up, your clearance lights, your marker, signal, four-way flashers, and reflectors. Your high beams and your low beams are all properly mounted and secure. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. They're of the proper color because your clearance lights and your marker signal flashers should be amber in color, and your high beams and low beams should be clear. So instead of saying all that, just say they're of the proper color and they're clean, because they have to be clean. If they're not clean, then you can't see them. They're not visible. So make sure you add that they're clean. So your clearance lights, your marker signal flasher, and four ways, your reflectors, your high beams, and low beams are of proper color. They're properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, and they're clean. The next thing that you're going to do, you're going to back up a little bit, and you're going to check underneath your truck. Now, what you're looking for underneath your truck is a puddle or drip. If there's no puddle nor drip, that indicates that it's not leaking. So you're done with your front. That's pretty much what you want to look at your front. Your clearance lights, your marker signal flasher, and four ways, your reflector, your high beam, your low beams, and to see if there are any drips underneath the truck. I might break this down into sections, so like I said, you only have 30 minutes. You're going to retain 30 minutes. But after that, you will walk over to your passenger side now. There's a video out that I watched that had an acronym, and they used the word BEARS. BEARS stands for belt, exhaust, your alternator, and your radiator hoses, and all your other hoses. I'll say it again. Belt, exhaust, alternator, radiator hose, and all your other hoses. BEARS. Simple, easy to remember, not too complicated. So, along with your belt, only thing you want to remember is when you pull on it, it should be 1/2 to 3/4 inches of play. And your exhaust runs from the manifold to the tailpipe. Properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no soot to indicate any leaks. No soot to indicate any leaks. Now with your belt is rubber, so you know automatically properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no bubbles, abrasions, cuts, I say dry rot or frays. Because if there's some dry rot on your belt, you know sooner or later it's going to break. So that's what I say. And then once you get done with that, your alternator is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. And then you'll go to your hose and you'll be like, my radiator hose and all my other hoses, you'll swipe your hand like Vanna White, are all properly mounted and secure. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no abrasions, bubbles, dry rot, or frays, and it's not leaking. Because hoses leak. Come on, use your brain. Hoses leak. So then you'll walk after that. That's your passenger side. So then you'll walk around to your driver's side. Now here's where it starts getting bulky. Between your driver's side, the front, and then you'll go to your door and cabinet, and then your coupling system in the back of the tractor to the trailer. That's when all that becomes bulky. And that's why I said I would just do it in one video, but I'm going to break this down because it's a lot to remember. And like I said, you only retain 30 minutes of what you actually learn. You know what I'm saying? So first thing you want to do, remember the front is your clearance lights, your high beams, low beams, your marker signal flasher, and reflector. You want to look underneath the truck to make sure there's no puddles or drips. Then you want to go to the passenger side. Remember the word BEARS. Belt, exhaust, alternator, radiator hose, and all your other hoses. Boom. Points right there. You're on your way. Now you're starting to cook a little bit. You're starting to smell the cooking. So this is part 1. I'm going to break it up. That's just part 1. So part 2, I'm going to go over just the driver's side so you can get the bulk of the driver's side until almost to the back of the trailer. So stay tuned, stay up.